Hey everybody, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining New Delhi Football Association. Thank you for all being here. We'll be starting in just 1 minute as soon as our audiences gather. Thank you. Hello, hello, hello! Welcome. Master Maz here from Brain Education Middle East. How's everyone doing this afternoon? New Delhi Football Association and the community, thank you so much for joining. This is a beautiful, beautiful broadcast. We have an opportunity today from Doha all the way to New Delhi. I love that this communication can continue to keep going from one city, from one continent to another. And it's amazing that we can continue to conversate this way. It's beautiful communication that we have here, and especially if it's one for benefit and self-care as well as value. You're going to be learning a few things today about the gut and its connection to the brain and how this can help you relieve not only your physical tensions, but also your mental tensions in daily living as well as week to week, maybe even year to year. This could help you change your mindset about how you look at yourself or even how you look at your life and your relationships. Yes, it can be that impactful if you let it and if you allow it. All right, so one more thing to say with regards to self-care, right? So let's really connect on this point here. Last week, we connected on the idea that that humans really share a brain, a body, and a heart together, no matter where you are from, your creed, your ethnicity, or your background. It's not about your professional value in terms of what you work, because sometimes we change jobs, sometimes we change locations, and we even change careers. And it's not about what family you have, because some have families, some have different families, and some have no families. It doesn't make us any less or more or better than each other. So the idea is, guys, we want to create a human value, an intrinsic personal value. And self-care is a really important idea to understand, because when we're giving to ourselves like we give to each other, we are not only kind by value outside, we are also kind inside. And like we learned last week, if we can feel something, maybe that feeling can be something we can experience and then share with someone else. And it becomes a much more generous idea when you experience something that you share because you felt it. If you felt it, it's a lot easier to share because you know what it's made of. You know what that person is feeling. When you receive kindness yourself, you want to give kindness back, right? So that's the same thing. But if no one is there waiting on giving you kindness, you have to start with yourself first. So kindness is an idea that is not just about what words we say to ourselves. And we can say words to ourselves, but it's also about what actions we give ourselves and how we treat ourselves. So today is going to be all about that, meaning how we treat our body, how we treat ourselves, how we feel when we treat ourselves, and what kind words we give ourselves, because this is practice for the outside. Maybe, who knows, maybe this is what we do today. You can learn the tips, the techniques, the trainings, and then you can take that and actually practice it with your friends and family. It is such an easy tip. It is such an easy tool, such an easy technique. You don't need anything at all. We have tools that can help you, but the reason why this education is abroad and distanced is because you can do it at any time, anywhere, with anyone. It's incredible. I have a personal story to share. If you don't mind, please let me share this one small story. So I had a member who was training with us offline, and she joined us in our workshop, which was amazing. She had helped us to discover herself. She really dug in. She let everything out. She released it all, and she found her direction. But then she was in the hospital almost not 2 days later. It turns out that because she experienced a greater connection with her body, she noticed something of a pain, and she didn't notice it before. So they went and they found out that she had kidney stones, huge ones. These ones have been accumulated over the course of more than 1 year, longer even, and they were big, so she had to perform surgery. Now, the recovery rate for someone who's just done something like that is not too quick. Now, they also found out that she had kidney stones in her other kidney. She had 2 surgeries. It was incredible. She was debilitated, and I know some of you have seen people in hospital beds who have had a hard time recovering. This is a message for you as well, because this practice that we're going to do today is not just for people who are healthy, who can stand, who can sit, who can move around. This is for everybody, not only to prevent injury or disease or even mental health or wellness, but also to recover them. So we just came to the hospital where she was, and we performed this technique that we're going to do today, which is called belly button healing. It connects the gut and the brain together. And after us performing this therapeutic treatment just on this area here, she was able to recover the entire thing within just a matter of 2 weeks. And she could feel her energy coming up a little bit higher. She had more mood to eat, because sometimes when people are trying to recover from a disease, they don't have any mood to eat. They feel lethargic, they feel lazy. And this is also true for people who are regular days. Some days we wake up, we're lazy, we don't have enough energy to get up, we don't have enough energy to do anything, we need more sleep, we need more. So, this is a really good technique to recover your organs, and your organs hold emotions. We're going to talk about that in just a second. And it's also to recover your energy, health as well as vitality, just by moving the circulation to the right places. It's super important. All right? So I hope that you take this message to heart, because this is something that can help save you, help save someone else, and it can help recover your state no matter what state you're in. You're a little bit down, you're a little bit heavy, you're a little bit depressed, you're a little bit sad. Did you know, I'm gonna start my talk here with just one thing. So, some of you may have heard of these hormones, right? So here we have our brain, beautiful brain of ours, right? And down here, further down, we have our gut, our intestines. And around it we have things like the stomach, like the liver, right? All these organs that are around our body. Now, did you know that serotonin and dopamine, the hormones that make you feel either happy or real joy, are not only excreted and triggered by the brain, but mostly by the gut? I don't know how many of you know this already. Serotonin is the hormone that really infuses ourselves for joy, and we really want to feel dopamine as well, because it's more extended joy and sometimes more impactful or momentary joy as well. Now, did you know that these are the hormones that give us will, that give us the drive to live? Have you ever seen someone who's lost their drive to live, their passion to live? Or even when they're, as I said, coming back to someone who's a little bit less sick or more sick, or let's say unhealthy, mentally or physically, they're just not motivated, right? These are the hormones they require to remain motivated, to remain intrigued by life, to feel like they are still needed, to still activate their function. Because as soon as you feel you are not needed anymore, or that the world doesn't need you, your brain starts to shut down. You actually lose function of your brain. This is how mental health is connected to physical health. This is the truth. If you lose the serotonin and dopamine down here, you can actually lose brain vitality and brain function, even the ability to focus. Think about it. When you're less motivated, you're not as focused, right? When you're less driven, maybe you don't feel as passionate. You don't try as hard. You're not as impactful. Everybody notices it, even you. So this is a really key point. Point number 2. So number 1 is that we have hormones down here that are serotonin and dopamine that help us feel more motivated, feel more willful about life itself. Number 2, did you know that the second highest concentration of brain cells in the body, after this brain here, is down here. Did you guys know that? That the second highest concentration of the same enteric brain cells that are up here are down here. In fact, all of these brain cells are constantly communicating with the brain directly. And it's not just one-way communication. The brain doesn't tell your intestines what to do. The intestines tell the brain how it feels also. So your brain is affected by this by just simple fact that the second brain inside your body is also inside your gut. And this is really important to recognize because it's going to make the whole difference of our practice and our tips today. That you recognize that this is not just a brain, this is a brain. That's why we're called brain education. It's not just this brain. This has a brain too, by the way, but that's not the topic for today. You can join us in a heart-opening session maybe in another week. But today we're going to talk about the body and its brain here. That's the center right there, okay? So when you feel not so good here, you notice it, right? Your stomach is like a little bit tight, your intestines are a little bit constipated, your liver feels a little bit painful, or even your kidneys or your low back. All these areas, they're not just muscles and bones. Sometimes your organs are the ones exhibiting the pain, and we need to relieve your organs so that you feel a lot lighter, and that message gets sent to the brain, and your brain thinks, wow, I feel a lot better right now because this person took care of me. Let's give them more back. That's how you talk to your body. That's how you give it more kindness. That's how you give it more health and vitality. All right, point number 3. You guys ready? There's endless points, but we're going to talk about these really quickly. All right, number 3. By focusing on only the gut, just the gut here, what are the closest joints that you know are to the gut? What are the closest body parts? Let's look at them. You have the hips. You have the back. It's right there, right behind the gut. Right behind the gut, you have the back. You also have the shoulders. The shoulders are actually not that far. There's the edge of your gut, and your shoulders are right there. Did you know that you can improve muscle relaxation and joint flexibility and joint mobility just by relaxing the gut? Yes, it's true. And in fact, I will prove it to you in 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. You will see. We'll test it, and you'll also know how much it's affecting your thought and your clarity. The same time. It's incredible. Really it is. Okay, I'm promising a lot of things, but trust me, I'll back it up with the proof. You will feel something, and then you'll let me know, okay? All right, so number 3, you can improve body, relief, and flexibility just by focusing on the gut. All right, so this is our 3rd for today. There are so many more, but I want to give you one more. Just one more. Okay? And this is very touching. I like this because it's very personal and maybe even spiritual for some people. What's the most important thing about this part here? I'm not saying for men. Think about where men come from. This is a really sacred part that God brought us into existence for. This is where we hold every generation. For women, this is where they hold their babies. Think about it this way. When someone taps your shoulder, oh, you'll be fine, you know, it's okay. You can allow them to do that. But if someone says they want to touch your stomach, oh, you'll be fine, you'll be like, hey, that's my stomach, you know. It's suddenly a very sacred place. In our brain, we know that this is a very sacred place. We know that this is a very sensitive place. You don't just let anybody touch your stomach because you don't know what they're going to do with it. But why do we have that fear or concern or safety about this area, not like the shoulder, not like the back when someone taps your back? Because intrinsically, our brain knows that this is a very sensitive spot for men as well as females. But for females, this is the point of creation. This is where our babies come from. So think about it. This is the point I want you to drive home today. Think about it very clearly. When you're taking care of yourself, when you're taking care of someone else, they are either a sister, a daughter, or a mother to someone. He is either a brother, a father, or a son to someone. Look at people like that. Look at people like that with that eye of care. Because you need these eyes, that mind, to care for yourself. This is how we set the intention. This is how we set the mind before we do anything with brain education. When you look at yourself, I am someone's daughter. I am someone's son. I am someone's father. I am someone's brother. I am someone's sister. I'm not alone. I came from somewhere, and they came from somewhere. And even when you look at your mom or your dad, you know, they might all be annoying and they're living with me and they're asking too much of me and I have too much pressure on my back already. Just remember, they didn't know how to be parents before they became parents. They only had a father and a mother too. And when they were young, they were just like you. They didn't know, right? They didn't know that they would be mothers one day and have this many kids. They didn't have a fortune cookie telling them all of that story, exactly how it happened. So they were once you. And they also came from a mom. And that mom came from a mom. And you know what's beautiful about this idea here? I hope that you understand this. We all came from the same place. We all have a mom. And we all had a dad. It wouldn't have been possible if we are existing here today. And that brings us back to the point we came to last week, which is that we're all Earth citizens. We belong here. This is our one shared home, the Earth. We share it because we all live on the same place. Do you understand this? This is a super important point when it comes to connecting with each other or ourselves, that we come from the same place. Borders and lines, these were created by man. The Earth was not created by man. The Earth was here when we were born. It came before us. So we share that common value. Do you get it? I hope you do. All right. Give me a keyboard. Yes, no, yes, thumbs up, anything to let me know that everything so far is well understood. So then we can start the practical session, and then I can show you how you can change your body in just 5 minutes and your mind state. And then we can get into the full session, and hopefully we'll feel something great towards the end as well. All right? Go ahead. Type something down. Aryan, Ayesh, and Deepa, please go ahead. Dia, someone, please go ahead. Laura, write me something down here. Let me know you're listening. Let me know you're understanding. Let me know you're thinking about everything I'm saying that is clear. Otherwise, I'd like to make it clear. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Ashish, thank you so much for that confirmation. Beautiful. All right. So, wonderful job. Thank you, everybody. Now, let's go ahead and get started. Are you ready to test? If you can, make... Oh, thank you, Kashish, all the way from Dubai. Beautiful, buddy. Thank you for being here. Shivani, superb. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Beautiful comments, guys. I know that you guys are engaged. We're in dialogue. We're connecting. Now, let's go ahead and try something out, all right? I'm going to go ahead and stand up, clear the decks. You don't need your chairs until after maybe 20 minutes or so, and then we're going to come back to a seat, okay? So go ahead and clear your space. Make sure you've got enough room. Oh, you're welcome, Dia. Thank you for being here, buddy. I appreciate it. All right. Preeti, thank you so much. All right. So, let's go ahead and do a test in the beginning before we get started. Don't push yourself. Remember, the idea is to be kind and don't force it. All right? So, I'm going to now bend forward from the hip. I'm not going to push myself too hard, but I'm just going to try and relax and see how far my hands come close to the floor. Relax the head. Relax the back. I'm not pushing, I'm just relaxing, okay? Now, stay there. I want you to notice 3 things. Number 1, where are you compared to the ground? Where is your location, okay? Number 2, where do you feel most the tension? Maybe we can increase the music a little bit, just a little bit. Maybe where do you feel most the tension? And what is the rating of this feeling? So is it like really intense, 5 out of 10? Is it 7 out of 10? Is it only 2 out of 10? Where do you feel the tension? And give it a rating. Give it a rating as to how intense the tension feels. Okay? Remember to make those 3 mental notes. Number 1, how far are you from the floor? And how far are you from the rest of your body? Number 2, where did you feel the most tension? And number 3, how intense was that tension out of 10? Okay? So make sure you note those down in your mind. Or you can write it down. Either way. Okay? Now we're going to do something for just 5 minutes. And you're going to notice a difference, hopefully, in the way you feel or even where you are physically. Now, come over here to your lower abdomen. This is just a quick test to show you the impact of focusing on your abdomen. Okay? So here, this is your lower intestine. Your navel is right in the middle, right there. Okay? Navel, right there. That's your belly button. Here. And now I want you to pull and push. Pull and push. You're not using your hands, you're using your body. Your body's the one pulling and pushing. Camera 3. There. Your body's pulling and pushing, but your hands are there to help focus your brain in that same place. Pulling and pushing. So I'm going to show it to you from the side. Really simple. Really focus on this part here. Pulling and pushing. So it's active in both directions. So already you are beginning to activate those neurological centers, those nerve cells that trigger the hormones of serotonin, of dopamine. And immediately you are also bringing circulation to this part here, because your brain is noticing, something is happening. And when you're pushing and pulling like this and you're moving this area, your brain knows something is happening here. It will bring circulation, and it will also relieve your low back, because your low back is right behind there, right? And that circulation is also coming to your hip joint, because your hip joint is really close. And obviously when your heart starts to circulate around this area here, it will also spread to the nearest joints, your shoulders. So it's really important to recognize what you're doing as you feel it. Now, when you're controlling your movement, make sure the movement is consistent and in rhythm. So it's like 1 and out, 2 and out, 3 and out, 4 and out. Take it easy, take it nice and slow, but keep the rhythm consistent, because your brain works in rhythm. Your breathing is rhythmic. Your heart is rhythmic. Your hormone cycle is rhythmic. Everything about you is rhythmic. So when you move into a rhythm, you activate the healing state, the parasympathetic nervous system, as well as the recovering state that is very natural happening with rhythm. Okay? So make sure that you actually feel these things coming in, coming out. Alright? Make sure your focus is here, and then don't hold your breath. Breathe naturally. Let it out if you feel any tension. And release if you feel any tension as well. So we're about 2-3 minutes in. We've got about another 2 minutes. Let's do 1 more minute of this dynamic, and then 1 slow minute. Okay? So keep going and focusing. You're also activating circulation here, meaning your body should start to feel warmer. And this is really good for releasing toxins. If you've heard of your lymphatic drainage system, this is the part responsible, this is the organ responsible for your sweating, for your releasing of toxins. So when you bring heat and circulation to these lymphatic cells here, you actually improve toxin release, you improve immunity. Yes, even immunity can improve. And can I tell you a nice little piece of knowledge? I haven't taken medication that's related to flu, influenza, or anything of the cold that is related to my intestines in about 8 years. And this is all from these kinds of exercises. That's it. Not even a headache pill, not even anything like that. Nothing has been taken of medication that's helped me regulate my body, except for what I do with my body. Alright? So, final minute, now let's do it slow. This time, incorporate the breathing, match it with your movement. Make it slow. So now, go ahead, inhale, big. Exhale, slow. So squeeze in when you exhale, inhale, expand. Exhale, slow. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Nice and easy, you're doing well. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful job, everybody. You're doing really well. Inhale. Let's take 4 more breaths. Exhale. In and expand. Expand. Inhale. And then exhale. One more time. Like a balloon. Like your body's expanding like a balloon. And then exhale. Deflate the balloon. 2 more times. Keep focused here. Breathe out any thought. Good. Rub that heat around. You should start to feel a little bit of tension in the back because your muscles are activated, and some generic but small amount of heat in your body. Go ahead and test what we started in the beginning. So do you feel a difference in the height? Do you notice that maybe the movements, the locations changed, and maybe the intensity changed also? Go ahead and type something down if you notice something different, either in your height compared to the floor, either in your feeling or where you felt it, because the place changing is also an indication that your pains, your reliefs are changing, and in the intensity. If the intensity is less or more, maybe, who knows, you may have found more pain. Go ahead and type it down. Let me know if you did notice a physical or sensational difference. I could touch the floor now. Wow, Nidhi, amazing. Good one. Ah, Shivani, beautiful. Good. Thumbs up. Wonderful. So we're noticing a difference. Great. Great. Okay, some of you are still testing a little bit. Awesome. That's good. Wow. All right. Mr. Dia, Ariane, thank you so much for your participation in your dialogue. I really hope that you guys felt something. Now, if some of you did notice something, good. Slightly closer to floor and less pain. Beautiful. Thank you, Ashish. Preeti, great exercise. Sweated, Shivani, yes. The heat that you generate is actually very healthy for the body. Beautiful, beautiful comments. That tells me that you really are receiving it well, that you're experiencing it, that now this experience is yours. So now let's go ahead and continue this exercise, but we're going to increase the impact. Ah, some joint pain. Okay, Mr. Dia, you need to endure a little bit of this pain because at the end you're going to feel a lot of comfort and relief. So be tolerant and be patient with your body, at least during the exercise, and inshallah, towards the end, you'll feel great. Okay, everybody, so let's go ahead and get started. You now know the practice. You now know exactly what we're going to do. We're going to take different joint postures, and that's going to help affect different organs and different muscles inside the body, and consistent with the same exercise. Okay? So now, same thing. We're just going to open up a little bit wider than shoulder width, and we're also going to bend the knees slightly. Don't bend too much. You don't want your knees to hurt too much. You just bend slightly, and then put your hand here and lean forward a little bit. So we're squeezing on the intestine, and we're pushing the intestines together a little bit, and this is good so that we can add some more tension and really feel the low back a little bit. Okay, so let's go ahead here, bend the knees a little bit, just a little, and then pull and push. We're going to do this 30 times. 3, 4, 5, and it's okay if you don't count to 30, just stop when I stop, and then we'll keep going to the next exercise. Do as much as you can. 8, 9, 10. Don't hold the breath. Yes? 1, 2, 3. Keep focused here. 4, 5, 6, 7. Push and pull. 8. Really let it go. Really put it in. 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Beautiful job. Oh, okay. So you felt that in your low back? Really interesting, right? Now let's keep going. We're going to push up on the stomach if it's your left side, or on the liver if it's your right side. Let's go ahead. Wide again with the feet. Bend to one leg. If this is your left side, you're going to be pushing up on your stomach. And if it's your right side, doesn't matter. Just pick one side. Now, hands over here. Turn the body to face the leg, and then lean forward slightly. Remember? Wide, bend, turn, down. That's it. Now hold that posture. You see my angle? It's not too deep. And then push and pull. Let's go. 30 times here as well. 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. Don't hold the breath. You don't want to suffocate yourself. Remember, this is caring for yourself. 7, 8, 9, 10. And again. 1, 2. Kashish, you doing okay, buddy? Let me know. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Last 10. 1. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 30. Good. So in the beginning, if you felt some tensions here in the low back, try and make sure that you are comfortable at the end. You'll notice that when you stand up straight, you don't feel it as much anymore. That's okay, because when you're doing it, you might feel the tension, but then releasing. So don't worry. Don't be afraid from what you feel, even if it's new. That's the whole point. To be kind is also to be brave. You have to take on new experiences if you want to change on yourself. How could you change if you keep doing the same things over and over? Take on something new. Be brave. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself that opportunity. Let's try again to the other side. Wow. Good job, Kashish. And good job, Ashish. Wow. Such close name. Chowdhury and Jashnal. Thank you so much. All right. So go ahead. Bend the leg. And then lean over, or turn first and then lean forward. Great. Okay. Now coming in and out. 2, 3, 4. You notice my angle is not too steep. Yes, 4, 5, 6. If you're feeling some heat, yes, that's normal. 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's keep going. Another 20. 1, 2. It's amazing, right? How much heat we can generate just from doing something so simple if we're really focused and if we're really concentrating. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. Go ahead and sweep that sweet heat around your body. So you see, even the way in which I'm holding my body, I'm not pushing it in really forcefully. You have to go in. Oh, I'm too big. Oh, I'm too small. Oh, can't move enough. Don't worry. Even if you move this much. Camera 3. Yes, just this much. It's perfect. You are doing it your best, and your intention is to move in and out, and you're doing it. So don't worry if you're not moving as much as what you see in the camera. That's no problem. You have your rest of your life to practice. Okay, so let's keep going, okay? Now we're going to do the opposite. We're not going to squeeze on the organs. We're going to expand the organs. So now feet together, hands interlaced, and I want you to pull back just the hands, not lean back. That could be a little bit painful towards your back, so let me show you. So just pull back the hands so you feel the stretch in your stomach, in your chest, in your abdomen. And if you're worried about the low back, just squeeze the butt so that you can protect the low back. It's a really simple trick. Okay? So from here, just pull the hands back and now start to move your abdomen in and out. So 1, 2, so you don't have to hold the abdomen. I'm just showing you with my finger so you can see that something is moving. 3, 4, 5. Just like that, right? So we keep going. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, feeling it? A little shaking in the body? That's very good, actually. It means more circulation and energy channels are opening. 5, 6, 7. Don't hold the breath. 9, 20. Keep going. 10 more. 1, 2, 3. Good job. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Wow, 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 wow. Great job. So you see how this is actually going to help open up the intestines, open up the diaphragm, and if you notice your breathing is actually a little bit slower and deeper. That means your lungs are more rested, you should feel less anxious, and your brain more rested as well. Okay, so now spread the wide legs a little bit. Now we're going to stretch one side of the body. Are you ready? Hand just over the head, you can bend the elbow, and lean forward, to the side, like this. You want to feel a stretch here, not at the hip, so don't push the hip out. That's different. So keep the hip the same, bend the body to one side. And then, can you feel this? Stretch here. If you can, great. Hold your hand now here. Let's do some intestine exercise. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep feeling that stretch. So you're opening up your stomach if it's your left side or your liver. 9, 10. Feeling the heat, right? 1. Breathe out to cool yourself down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 more. Let's do just 10. 1. Come on, you could do it. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Wow, 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 wow. You see how easy it is? These aren't complicated exercises, but they're very impactful. They're very deep. They're all felt. So that's the idea. Simple, but deep. Okay? Try again. Open to one side. Feel that stretch over here. You're not pushing out the hip. That's different. Just bend the body. There. Now, let's try and feel with the intestine. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. 10. And again. 1. Remember telling your smile. Yeah? Tell your brain it's doing okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I hope you guys are enjoying this time we're sharing together, because I'm certainly enjoying delivering and sharing something with you. All right, let's do 10 more, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good job. 7, 8, 9, 30. Whoa. Sweep down. Okay. If you felt on either side that there's still some nagging pain where you stretched and you feel like, oh, I never usually stretch like this, do this as well. Go ahead and tap where you feel. So the breathing pattern, actually, Ashish, is very normal in the sense that you don't have to match the breath with the movement. So, for example, if you're moving and then you breathe out and then you breathe in when you need to. So you see I'm still moving, but my breath is not connected. It's just as I need, right? Or natural. But if this is difficult to keep them separate and you have to think about both, then just connect them. So in, out, in, out. But you have to slow down a little bit, otherwise you'll be doing this. So slow down a little bit just to slow the breath and connect the feeling with the movement, okay? So either to match with the movement or naturally, but I prefer naturally if you can manage it, otherwise connect them, okay? So like I was saying before, if you can tap this part here just to feel a little bit of relief wherever it is you stretched. Okay, final 2 before we have a seat, and this is going to be nice. Try and go to one leg forward, one leg back. Bend the front leg, heel up on the back leg. So you notice that one side is pushing, one side is stretching. So pushing is pulling up on the stomach or the liver. Stretching is the other side releasing. So you're doing this to your organs. You're shaking them up a little bit. That's actually really good. And we're going to increase the impact with what we did before, with the hands pulled back. Now we can do the intestine exercise. Ah, very interesting, right? Okay, so try again. 1, 2. This one should feel like it's almost the most challenging to pull and push because you have so many parts stretched and other parts squeezed. But try your best anyway, okay? All right, we're coming up to 10, 9, and 10. 1, 2, 3. By the way, that was a really good question, Ashish. I'm glad you actually said it. 4, 5. Even if the breath is shallow, don't you worry. Like if it's just do your best to pull and squeeze. Use your muscles as much as you can to pull in and push out. So remember, this is an exercise, meaning you need to use your muscles to push and pull. Let's do final 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is why I'm not so concerned about breath, is because the focus is the body. If you can change how much your body is comfortable, breath will follow that. So imagine you're pulling and pushing. You're affecting the diaphragm even, because your organs are pulling in and your diaphragm is pushing up. This is the part where your lungs are sitting. So if you're able to push up your diaphragm and relax it a little bit more, your lungs will move a little bit easier. So focus on the body in the first step. Later we come to the breathing and you'll notice a difference, okay? So really squeeze, really push, okay? Try one leg forward, one leg back. Pull the hands back, open up the body, and pull and push. So most important thing, be kind. Don't judge and don't criticize yourself too soon. Even if you don't think you're breathing well, even if you don't think you're moving well, the important thing you gotta remember is that you're here to care and you're doing your best as you know how. That's the point. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow. Great job, guys. Amazing. Beautiful. Do you feel the heat now? Do you feel how much your body is a little bit lighter? Like lighter in the sense that you're not feeling as heavy. You're actually feeling ready for the next step. Maybe even relaxed. So different people have a different reaction based on what they have, right? But for sure, your mind isn't as scattered because you're focused on the body, and the body will never move, it will never leave you. As long as you're alive, you have a body. Okay, so let's get into a seat, and we're going to do a quick belly button healing and then intestinal breathing, and let's see how we feel after, okay? So go ahead and grab a seat. So this next part is a little slower, not as dynamic, so you can relax here. You can really focus on just therapy. You can really focus on just feeling better. So I want you to first practice with me. This is the form of the hands that we want to take, right? So this is the form of the hands we want to take here. We want to try and poke our body where the fingers meet, right? So it's like a stimulation. So find your belly button. So right here is my belly button. We're going to go in a circle, just 4 points, okay? First one is the belly button itself. Okay, so 5 points. All right. Remember, rhythm and consistency. I want you to push and pull like you're trying to recover something of your true nature. Let me guide you through this moving meditation, and it's called belly button healing. All right, push and pull, or just poke with the fingers. Now you are using your hands. Your hands are the ones pushing. Okay, so now let's really connect with our body and appreciate our body. For all those moms, for all those daughters, remember that this was the point that connected you to your mom. Even those sons, even those fathers. This is the point where your mom allowed you to have food and shared her feelings because she had the same blood as you at one time. You shared the same hormones. You felt the same as your mom. Every moment your mom was stressed, you felt it. Every moment your mom was overjoyed, you had it inside your blood. You're a copy. You're a genetic copy. And you're a blood pattern of your mom. This was the point that before you had lungs to breathe, you were breathing through here. This was the point that shared amongst all humans. If you were ever born, you have this. And that's what makes us human. Okay. Do you feel? As you press, you should start to feel softer and softer inside this area. You keep pressing until you feel a difference in the softness. It shouldn't feel firm, it shouldn't feel hard. Your muscles shouldn't be tense, it should be very relaxed. And all you're doing is pressing. And remember, you can also do this to someone else just by doing the same thing like that. So just like how you're doing it to yourself, you could be doing it to someone else, and don't force it. Yeah? So keep pressing like that. Okay, now let's go up. We're just gonna go up, if you can see on camera 3, a slight 2 inches. So go ahead from here, just this much. We're not gonna go up to the bone. The bone is too hard. We wanna go to the soft part. So let's go to the soft part. This is our solar plexus. And this is where you remember to be kind again. If ever you had a time where you didn't feel brave enough, where you're a little too scared to make a decision, notice your body. Your body usually closes a little bit, just a little bit. Your shoulders come in and your chest sinks, and you lay heavy on your solar plexus, your upper abdomen. Because this is the point of courage. Don't take courage away from you. Stand tall. Lift your chest. Open the solar plexus. Allow your diaphragm and your lungs to breathe. Because this is where you start to feel more of your bravery. This is where you start to feel more of your courage. Relax this part. And if it's feeling painful, it probably means your diaphragm is a little tight, maybe your liver, or even the connection to your lungs. And so you may have some sadness, you may have some fears, but that's okay. Don't criticize, don't analyze, and don't be too hard, because we're trying to be soft now. Now is the time. Keep pressing until you feel a little bit more relief than you had before. And the breathing, again, is natural. You don't want to match your breathing, you just want to leave the breathing alone. Allow it to move as it needs to. Right now it's about the stimulation and the sensation. We'll come to the breathing in just a minute. So this is about you connecting with your body, right? Okay, now let's go around the circle. From here we're going to go clockwise. I'm going to go to my left side. This is my navel. I'm going to go directly left here. Now this part is interesting because this touches the stomach and it also touches the intestines. But it's also pushing on the kidney in the back side because it's also connected like that neurologically. So you're affecting so many organs. If it's your left side, your stomach is the most sensitive out of these organs. As soon as you feel stress, your stomach will feel it. Butterflies, tensions, reflux with acid, all these things are your stomach tightening up, restricting the space inside, and it also helps really produce unhealthy or very harmful symptoms. So this is your chance to give your massage to the stomach. Give it a little bit of a gentle care. Tell your stomach, thank you. This is how you talk to your body. This is a thanks. This is not, hey, you should be stronger or you should be more soft. It doesn't respond to that, right? It responds to feeling. So make your feeling kind. Make your feeling soft. Keep pressing, and even if it hurts a little bit, that pain is not to actually hurt. That pain is healing. It means you found out that your stomach or your intestines or your kidneys are in pain, and they've been trying to ask for your attention for quite some time. And now you're giving them this attention. You're giving them this care. You're giving yourself a beautiful time to recover. Good. Now let's move to the third point or fourth point. 1, 2, 3. I can't count. 4. So underneath the navel directly, this is my navel. I'm going to go down to my lower intestine, not the waist, just above or on the waist. It's okay. It doesn't have to be accurate, but most important is this is my navel, and I've gone down about this much, almost 2 inches. And now press. Your lower intestines are connected to you emotionally in more ways than you think. Because your lower intestines sit in front of your low back represents the support, the anchor, the column behind your entire structure, your entire body, your entire brain. What that means is all your security, all your conscious safety, all your certainty, all your confidence could be based here. And that also means that if we're feeling a little bit tight in these parts here, we could have some fears, some securities, some unconscious, let's call it concerns, that we don't know about, that we don't usually feel every day, but our body feels them. Our body knows when it's scared. Our body knows when there's things around. So this is your chance to comfort. This is your chance to relieve the fear, to almost dissipate it, to let it dissolve, to accept it, to let it go. So this is your chance to soften this part up. Make your back feel amazing. Make your lower intestines move with circulation. And when you move with circulation like this, your lower back feels it. Everything feels it. Even your hip joints feel it. So your hip joints are right there. So you can improve all of these functions just by pressing here. All right, let's keep going to our final point. This is the opposite side of the left. So move just to the opposite side, right. And start pressing here, just like that. So my navel is right there. I'm just moving across to the right, and that's where I'm pressing. Good job. Now, realize that this is also the same and equivalent, only if it's on your right side, it's your liver. Your liver is something really precious. It's your biggest power plant. This is where you produce a lot of your energy. This is where you produce a lot of your power. In fact, it's not only that, it's what also relieves a lot of the toxins and then moves it on to the bladder and the kidneys so that you can excrete it out. This is the factory that helps really process a lot of the chemicals, the unhealthy chemicals that are moving through your body. So it's so big because it has such a big function. So make sure you're kind to this. In fact, the emotion that is usually trapped here is anger. It's frustration. It's when you cannot control the environment or the circumstance around you to your will or your desire. So this is where you almost have to let go, surrender a little. Make sure you know that not everything is something you can control. But there are some things that we can control. Maybe not what happens, but certainly how we happen in reaction. Certainly how we react. Certainly how we act. So just with this comfort, press the liver. Let it know it's doing your best. It is helping you. Maybe not fast enough. Maybe it's holding on to too much anger and emotion. Let it know, I understand. There is so much happening and we can't keep up with it all. But we try our best. And do as much as we can relieve ourselves. And who knows, if we feel more comfortable inside our body, we most likely will feel more comfortable with our environment. We will have less concern. The circumstance may not change, but our eyes will. We won't see the same negativities. We'll see more positive. We'll see more opportunity. We won't see more disaster and crisis. We'll see more chances. And that's how you can change your eyes. That's how you can change your feeling. Sweep, round. Sweep down. Finally, just like we did before with the intestine exercise, and now it's the time for breathing. Match your movement with your breath. Slow, easy. Try this. Inhale, inflating the balloon. Exhale, deflating the balloon. If your breathing is still not as deep, if it's still shallow, hold between breaths. What that means is, inhale, hold, exhale, and hold. Inhale, hold, exhale, and hold, and then inhale. So there is a short time in our life when we don't know what's happening. And these represent the holds. In these moments, we can panic, or we can choose to grow our muscles of patience. We don't know when the next opportunity will come. We won't ever know. But what we can learn is to be ready. To make ourselves stronger, more humble, more patient. If you can strengthen these muscles, these three muscles, the muscles of your confidence, that you know something is going to be good. The muscles of your patience, that no matter how long you wait, it will be over. It has to. And the muscles of your humility. Humility meaning that you don't deserve or don't deserve. Humility is you are as you are, and you just want what you want. All of us deserve. Not one of us don't deserve. So we're not better than anyone. And we don't need to compare ourselves with those who we think are doing better. Be humble. Be accepting of your position. Your position is not better or worse because you think it is, because those are just your thoughts. Being humble means no matter what our condition is, we accept it. We learn that we can do so much more than focus on our problems. That's also being humble with our problems, because did you know that there could be people out there with bigger problems? And when we see that, really see that, the war that people are fighting, the battles that people are living at home. You could be safe in your home, but others are not safe in their home. This is how we learn to be humble about our position, and knowing there is so much we could be feeling, so much more we could be experiencing, but we have no idea. And we're restricted to our own little thoughts to try and imagine. But the reality is, you're perfect. Even when it seems terrible. Even when it seems horrible. You'll be fine. When I look to you, I don't look to people with problems or concerns or mental health issues. That wouldn't be accurate. Because for me to look at you that way is to look at a temporary condition. Yes, all is temporary. What I know is going to be forever, so long as you're living, is that you have a brain that you can do something with. That you have a heart that you can feel and be passionate with. That you have a body that can move you, that can move others. That's how I see you. I don't see you for having these mental health concerns because you weren't born with them. not going to die with them. You need to know that every breath you take, just like now, is another chance for life. Your lungs are working for you. Your heart is working for you. Your body's working for you. Your body's not the enemy. It's not out to get you. It's not working against you. Your heart is not the victim. It's your companion. And if your heart feels sad, accept the sadness. Let the tears come. You know that listening is sometimes the best therapy. So listen to your heart now. Know its pain. Know its fear. And sometimes just seeing the other person for what they feel, how they feel, who they are, what's inside of them, is the best gift you can give them. There was one day when someone said to me, and I'll share this very personal story with you. He said, "Do you know why you're here?" I said, "I don't." He said, "I'll tell you why you're here." He said, "You're here because you have something inside you you want to affirm. And I'm here to tell you that I see it too, and that it's true." This was the best gift any human could have given me. To see what I see. To look inside me and see it the way I saw it. To let me know my eyes are not just my own, that my eyes are the world's eyes. My heart is the world's heart. My body is the world. Go ahead and rub your palms together. Make them nice and warm. Sweep. And then slowly apart. If you can feel something here, this energy sensation between your hands, let it expand. Let it expand wider. You can close your eyes to feel more. And if you can feel it, play with it. See if you can get it closer. Remember to do this slowly. And try and see if you can do this without touching. And wider, noticing the feeling. It doesn't have to be strong. It can be very subtle. It can be very light. But make sure you feel as though you're expanding something. Notice how your body feels so light right now. Your arms are not heavy. It feels like your arms are floating. It feels like something is carrying them. This is how light we can feel when we really connect with ourselves and relieve ourselves. This is how light we can feel when we really understand ourselves. When we can stop thinking, this is the proof that you are feeling more than you are thinking. So if ever you think that you're thinking too much, know that if you're feeling this is a sure confirmation that you're feeling right now more than you are thinking. So keep focusing on your palms. Keep focusing on the center of your palms, between your palms, expanding and contracting. Everything about what you're doing is connecting. Everything about what you're doing is feeling. Everything about what you're doing is slowing down thought. Everything about what you're doing is opening up creativity. Everything about what you're doing is imagining. If you can imagine, that means you can escape your fears. If you can imagine, that means you can escape your worries. If you can imagine, you have hope to create a solution. If you can imagine, you can create your path, your life, your circumstance ahead of you. You can choose, you can act. Make this your confirmation. Make this your proof. Make this your signature for freedom. Slowly drop your hands down to your knees. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Rub your palms together. Make them nice and warm. Rub, 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 rub. Go ahead and cover your eyes. Rolling your eyes to the right. Rolling your eyes to the left. Sweep down. And sweep down your shoulders. Floating in the air. Incredible. Wow. Shivani, you did amazing, I see. Go ahead, everybody. This is your time. Share what you felt. Share how it was. And tell me if you learned something, if you realized something about yourself through this practice, philosophy, learning, and techniques. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. You see how this technique is so simple, right? But it can connect to the deepest parts of us. This was so powerful and intense. Thank you for such a fantastic session, Master. Kashish, thank you so much. I really hope that it did connect to you and your feeling. Brilliant again. Nona, thank you so much for joining. I hope that you appreciate and continue to share this benefit with everyone around you. Relaxed. Pretty, thank you so much. Well done. Well done, well done, well done. I love reading your guys' feedback. It's a strong affirmation that what I'm sending is being received. Amazing. Laura, thank you so much as well. Beautiful, beautiful job, everybody. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. And we're hopefully going to be conducting 2 more of these sessions for the New Delhi Football Association in July, and I hope that you guys can join. Those will be announced very soon. And make sure that you will, let's say, connect with us later on. These sessions, by the way, are up on our YouTube. We do have any gut session such as this one connected as well as uploaded already. We have over 100 videos on our Brain Education Me site. Beautiful. Ashish, go ahead and use that in your online class. Just let them know this is a Brain Education Belly Button online healing session. So let them know that this is something they can find more of. All right, Ashish? Or otherwise, just keep coming and then we'll share it with you. All right? So guys, thank you so much. And I really, really appreciate it. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Contact the New Delhi Football Association. Contact Education City for more of these sessions. Let them know that you want more brain education. And we'll deliver. We'll be happy to deliver. And I love sharing with you because this is why I do it. I want a kinder world. I want to live in a kinder world. And I want to live in a world where there's a lot more sharing. Because this is why I'm doing it. I'm sharing what was good for me with you. Woo! All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you all being here. This was a Brain Education production. Master Maz here from Brain Education Middle East. Oh, thank you so much, kids. Love you too. All right. See you guys next time. Master Maz, out!